So I gotta get back to making more videos, and I apologize because I look at the screen and my eyes are way the hell over here and the camera's right there, whatever. So I bought a Grand Cherokee Ecodiesel because I figured, hey, if you're gonna run a company that mainly bases in diesels, especially Ecodiesels, you should own a lot of the vehicles that the main majority of your parts are for. So I have my 16 Ram, and now I have this 14 Grand Cherokee. Now this Grand Cherokee is 100% stock, or was 100% stock, 175,000 miles, never had the motor changed. 2 owners, now 3. And so I started doing tuning on it last night. We did the standard stage 1 with the 2 things gone. And so now I'm driving I'm on a road trip, I guess, to go get my Alpha OBD because I left it at someone's house, and I'm basically testing out the fuel mileage on the stage 1. Now the stage 1, I'll be making a few more adjustments to. With that being said, at 70 miles an hour, we're about 33 miles per gallon. 75, we're at 31 to 32 miles per gallon. And we are going to I'm going to make some more adjustments to it because there's a lot more room. So the goal is to try and hit 35 miles per gallon at 70, which we have done in the Gladiators and the Wranglers. So in theory, there's no reason we shouldn't be able to do it in the Grand Cherokee when we can get 30 plus in a Ram. So that is the goal here, is to try and get 35 at 70 while on a stage 1, which means it'll get the same or better on a stage 2 setup. So I can do as much tuning as I want on the Ram and testing, but it just doesn't completely do what we need to for the Jeep. Like, our tuning for the Jeep is good, but not ever owning or having a Grand Cherokee in person means it's always could be better. We drive it around and we do testing in the Grand Cherokee with the actual weight of the vehicle and everything. So I did my standard trans tune that I do with all the Jeeps, and it's awesome. It doesn't screw with the speed adjusted, whatever, the cruise control. I use it. I love using it. I wish my Ram had it, so that way I never have to let off or hit the brakes, because it always adjusts the vehicle in front of you. Overall, I am super happy with it. I've always wanted one of these. It's an overland with air suspension. The only difference between this and a Summit is like some crap on the outside. It has literally everything in the interior the last Summit I owned does. So, and the air suspension at 175,000 miles, all they've done was replace both rear bags at some point, which at 175,000 miles, you're going to replace bags. Never had an issue with the compressor, never had issues with the air system, never had issues with nitrogen, whatever. This is the second Jeep that I've owned that has never had the compressor, anything modified or changed on it. The other one had 210,000 miles in a Hemi Jeep, and the air system had never been serviced on it. So don't get, I guess, your panties in a bunch over the air system because everyone says they're junk. As long as you take care of the components, they should last. I'll look into it I'll look into better lines and things like that here when I have a chance. With that being said, I will be adding a lot of the parts that I have sitting on the shelf into this. I have 2 PPE pans on the shelf, one for my Ram, one's going to go into this. I think I'm going to put the torque converter into this first, and send the torque converter from this out to get modified as well, and then I'll put that one in my Ram. So super excited to do that. I even sprayed the manifold already with deep creep all the way around, because I have a Banks manifold I'm also probably going to throw here in the Jeep. So I'm super happy about that, and I definitely would imagine that the people that own the Grand Cherokees absolutely love them. The lady that sold this to me basically was crying when I left with it because she didn't want to get rid of it, but she needed a bigger vehicle, so it is what it is. Like right now, 75, my average is 31 currently, and that's going up and down the hills on the interstate across Wisconsin towards Green Bay. So I will be releasing updated Jeep tuning soon, so anyone who has a Jeep, you can expect that you're going to get a more dialed in Jeep specific tune here in the next few weeks. I'm dying to go stage 2, I really am, but at the same time I really want to get this testing as much in as possible. I have, in the 100 miles I've driven down the interstate, the soot level has gone up by 0.2%. Obviously on the highway your soot isn't a big deal. I'm kind of trying to drive it long enough to see when a regen will happen, just so we can document it, but I am a very impatient person. But with that being said, if I'm going to continue to get 30 plus on the highway, going full stage 2 isn't going to be a super necessity, but it is something that I want to get done. And then once we do have it done, we're going to work a lot on smoke control and other few things, because you know, these are Jeeps, they're not trucks, so it'd be nice if we can still manage to pull 60 horsepower out of them without smoking people out. So I'm going to work hard on that, and make basically a, I don't really know what to call it, basically an adult tune. It will make less power, but if we can match the fuel economy that we want, I think a lot of people won't be upset. I think what we'll do is we'll give both tunes to people on the PG3s and the Easy Links. We'll give them the, you know, the full power tune that smokes, and then we'll give them some adjusted tunes that still get similar to the same gas mileage, but they don't have to worry about turning their bumpers black. So I'm going to end this video here. If anyone has any questions related to the Jeep or Jeep specific stuff, let me know. Again, I'm going to keep pushing Easy Link on to get the Jeep done, because I have an Easy Link sitting at the house waiting for this. That would make my life a lot easier for testing purposes. So that's it for now. So expect some more Jeep specific related videos here in the future. But also, if you do have Jeep tuning from me already, comment your fuel economy on here, where you're at with, and when you got your most recent version of your tune, just so I can see where everyone else is at compared to my vehicle that I'm driving around myself, and see how much better this is than the older stuff we did that was designed basically off the Rams.